Hello friends, today we are gonna see what is ecological succession and food chain, food web and ecological pyramids. Ecological succession is a process by which an ecological community undergoes changes following a disturbance or initial colonization of a new habitat. For example, the islands of Hawaii were formed from volcanic activity. Over time, they become a tropical islands. There are basically two types of succession: primary succession and secondary succession. Primary succession occurs in the area which is completely destroyed or newly formed, which means there is no soil. For example, new lands can be created from lava. Lava creates a new land without soil. A volcano may destroy a large area. Over time, plants begin to grow, or a grasslands may return. The species that colonized in a new land is called pioneer species. Lichen and mosses are the main types of pioneer trees. The next is secondary succession. It occurs when an existing ecosystem disturbs or being destroyed. For example, forest fires may destroy a large amount of trees and plants, or flood can be destroyed an area. In this after and before picture, the fire destroys the plant and the soil is still remained. 2 years later, the forest is grown there. This is how the secondary succession may occur. The fire destroys the plant growth but not the soil. Next, a small bushes begin to colonize in the soil. Next, the small trees begin to grow and tall trees begin to grow. And finally, eventually, it becomes the ecosystem. The ecosystem is again created from the soil. Next topic is food chain. It is a transfer of energy and nutrients through a succession of organisms through repeated process of eating and being eaten. There are basically three types of food chain: grazing, parasitic, and detritus. Grazing, which is starts from the green plants, to herbivores, which is primary consumers, then primary carnivores, which is secondary consumers, then secondary carnivores, which is tertiary consumers, and so on. And the next one is parasitic food chain, which is the larger organisms to the smaller one. This constitute the parasitic food chain. And the last one, detritus, which is the energy which from the dead bodies, plants, animals, waste materials, which conclude the detritus. The next topic is food web. Many food chains exist in an ecosystem and they are not independent. A complex of interrelated food chains make up a food web. If the linkages in the chains that makes up the web of life are disturbed due to human activities that led to the loss or extinction of that species and the web breakdown. The next topic is ecological pyramid. Each step of the food web is called a tropical level. Green plants occupy the first level, and the herbivores the second level, carnivores the third level, and the secondary carnivores the fourth level. These topic levels together forms the ecological pyramid. The longer the food chain, the lesser is the energy available for the final members of the food chain. There are three types of ecological pyramids, which are pyramid of numbers, pyramid of biomass, and the pyramid of energy. The first one is the pyramid of numbers. It is the number of individuals in producers and in different orders of consumers in an ecosystem. This figure shows the pyramid of numbers. From the bottom to upward, the number of species or individuals will decrease. As you can see, the plants have more in numbers than deers and than lions. This constitute the pyramid of numbers. Next, the pyramid of biomass. The living weights of members of food chain present at any one time form the pyramid of biomass of organisms. It indicates the total bulk of organisms or fixed energy present over a time. This figure shows the pyramid of biomass. Pyramid of energy. This depicts not only the total energy utilized by the organisms at each topic level of food chain, but most importantly, it represents the actual role of various organisms in transfer of energy. Total energy is higher at the producer level. Flow of energy is unidirectional, so the system could collapse if the supply from the primary source, that is sun, is cut off.